Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Here I am sitting in Ethan's room again with another update, like a pregnancy update that's not for him. It feels a little bit different, and obviously we're not going to have the nursery ready to do updates in that one yet, just because we live in a 3-bedroom right now, and our 2nd bedroom right now is a guest bedroom. And of course, like, my parents don't live anywhere near me, so they need somewhere to stay when they come visit us. So that's gonna stay as a guest bedroom for right now. We are planning on renovating the basement, so we'll make a bedroom down there, and then that will turn into a nursery eventually. But the timeline is just, who knows what's gonna happen. So here I am doing a pregnancy update, and I'm going to do the whole entire first trimester. So tomorrow I will actually be 14 weeks pregnant. I just got really busy with with Ethan's first birthday party that I didn't have time to really film like a week by week update like after like the first trimester ended. So from further on out, I will be doing weekly pregnancy updates, just like I did with my first pregnancy. So yes, my son just turned 1 and I'm pregnant again, and I'm already 3.5 months pregnant, I guess you could say, or I guess 3 months. I guess it's so weird that like the month by month doesn't really match up with the weeks too much. So I'm 14 weeks pregnant, and I guess I will be 3 months pregnant technically tomorrow. So yes, they're going to be close in age. That is what Michael and I wanted from the beginning. We want our kids back to back to back. That's how my sister and I are. We are 18 months apart. Yes, we butt heads in between, you know, like the high school ages, but now I consider her one of my best friends. So yes, I think it is beneficial to have kids back to back to back, or at least in my case, and that's what we wanted. So Ethan is a year old now, and then when this second baby comes, they will be 18 to 19 months apart, depending on when I actually deliver. So my due date is April 2nd of 2021. So it's April 2nd. I know everyone's thinking probably like, oh, you're definitely going to have a baby on April Fools. Hopefully not. If not, I'll be just crossing my legs until the 2nd. But which I will go in more detail when I think that the baby will actually be born, just from being in one of my ultrasounds. So the baby right now, as of going to be, oh, I guess this is still 13 weeks. So tomorrow I'll find out what the actual size of the baby actually is compared to like fruit and vegetables. Right now at 13 weeks, it's the size of a jalapeno. I don't remember what 14 weeks is. It's something a little bit bigger than a jalapeno. So I've already had 3 doctor's appointments for this pregnancy already. I had my 8-week, like the normal one that everyone goes to at 8 weeks. And I got an ultrasound there. Everything is good. And I think the baby's heart rate was around like 150 something, like 152. I wish I wrote it down. I think it was a higher 50s. I think it was like 156, 158, something like that. So that old wives' tales, I guess that's supposedly a girl, but we will see. And then I had my 2nd ultrasound. So if you didn't follow me along with my first pregnancy, towards the end of my pregnancy, I had high blood pressure and just some bad complications, but you can go back and check those out. But yeah, so I had really bad high blood pressure, so they were thinking that my placenta was getting weak, it was getting closer to delivery, like that type of thing. That's what they think that the high blood pressure was coming from. So this time around, they recommended me to do like the 12-week screening, and you can actually see like the placenta and like how it's doing and everything like that. I rejected to do the 12-week screening with Ethan because I don't like doing blood work, anything like that, and it came with blood work and it was an optional thing, so that I exited it out. This time around though, I don't want to get high blood pressure. It gives you headaches all the time, and it makes you feel like your heart is racing like all the time. So I really don't want to get it this time around with this pregnancy, even though it probably will happen again. But according to my 12-week scan, everything looks good. The placenta looks good, the baby looks good. I'm actually measuring a week early. So when I went in for my 12-week ultrasound with like the screening and everything like that, I was actually measuring a whole week ahead. So I kind of have a feeling that I will be delivering in March and not April, which also makes me a little nervous if I don't deliver early and I'm still measuring a week ahead. How big is this baby going to be of me having to push them out? Like, I'm just nervous because again, if you followed me along with my first pregnancy and labor and everything like that, Ethan was a decent sized baby. I mean, I wouldn't say he was a big baby, but he was 8 pounds, 4 ounces, and I had to do 4 hours of pushing. So if this baby is going to be bigger than Ethan, I think I'm going to have another bad labor. And I just don't want that at all. And then the third appointment I had was for just like my normal 12-week doctor's appointment, like check in with my normal doctor. And a little bit about that appointment, I guess my placenta is like wrapped around into the front. They used a bunch of like different medical terms. So I guess my uterus, I think it was my uterus or maybe it was my cervix, that flipped and made it look like an umbrella. And I guess like that has something to do with, it all connects. I don't know how, I'm not a doctor. I was like, okay, if you know it, that's fine. And if the baby's fine, I'm good. I don't need to know like what exactly is happening. Maybe Michael will be interested, which I told him about it. And the only like risk is that like I could spot every once in a while, and my doctor just told me to look out for that. But spotting is okay, just if it's gushing blood, then it's a little bit different. But other than that, I guess it's fine. Anyways, going back to how my placenta is wrapped around to the front. So I had to get another ultrasound to find the baby's heartbeat because they couldn't find it because the placenta was covering the entire baby. So I got another ultrasound. So I've had 3 ultrasounds. So I've had one at 8 weeks and then 2 at 12 weeks. Well, I guess it was 12 weeks and then like 12 and a half weeks. Another thing that was discussed at my 12-week doctor's appointment, because of my high blood pressure and everything like that, they recommend me taking like 1 baby aspirin a day just to kind of avoid the high blood pressure. I still haven't done it because I've just been so busy with work, taking care of a baby, cleaning a house, being exhausted. So yeah, actually I probably should go do that tonight because Michael's not home and I'll probably go shopping anyways, or at least go pick up dinner somewhere because I don't feel like cooking. So I'll probably pick up baby aspirin tonight and then start taking it along with my prenatals. So moving on to symptoms and like how I'm feeling and stuff. So with Ethan, I was pretty nauseous. I had a lot of morning sickness, not necessarily like throwing up, but I had pretty bad morning sickness of every morning I like barely could get out of bed, and it was dragging myself out of bed in the morning and not really being able to eat until like 10 o'clock. I'm very fortunate this time, and I don't know if it's because I just know like the tricks of morning sickness and like what helped me towards the end, but I didn't really have it much. I had it a little bit like with smells more than anything. I wouldn't even say like I had morning sickness. I guess I would have like afternoon sickness if like I didn't eat dinner by like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, then I would have afternoon sickness, and then I wouldn't be able to eat for the rest of the night. But I feel very, very fortunate. I puked twice this time around, and with Ethan I did like 5 or 6. That might be TMI, but people might want to know that. But both of those times were because of smell, and it wasn't anything to do with like just normal morning sickness and being nauseous. It was a smell. I tried to hold it in, and I almost held it in both times, and I was like, maybe I should just let it go. So I just let it go both times. I think it was ground beef cooking was one of it, and oh, I left a bottle in my car of Ethan with his milk, and it was probably in there for a good week, and I brought it in, and I thought, oh, like, I don't think it's been in there for that long, and I opened it and the whiff got me, and then I went and puked, and I had Michael clean out that bottle. Yeah, so those are the two things. It was just based on smell. It wasn't on like just normal morning sickness or anything like that. Something that's different between like when I was pregnant with Ethan and I'm pregnant this time around, I am extremely tired, like a lot more than I was with Ethan. And I don't know if it's because like, yeah, I'm working and taking care of a baby at like the same time and then like being pregnant on top of it. I don't know if that has a factor at all. But I go to bed at like, well, Michael doesn't let me go to bed at 8:30, but I will fall asleep on the couch at 8:30, maybe even before that. Like sometimes I put Ethan to bed and then like I go downstairs and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired, and feel like I just have to fall asleep, and I do. And then I sleep through the night. Well, sometimes sleep through the night, but I'll sleep until the morning, and I'll wake up and I'll still be tired. So I don't know like what, maybe it's a girl this time around, I don't know, but I heard you have more morning sickness with a girl, but we will see, actually next week. Another thing that is completely different than when I was pregnant with Ethan is that like I have no motivation really to do anything around the house. So I'm always usually doing something, like remodeling something, reorganizing something, deep cleaning something. Right now, because I'm so exhausted, I have no motivation to do any of that. And I think Michael is a little happy just because he's busy right now with his business, it being summer and all, that I don't want to go and like remodel something. I have like ideas of things I want to do around the house. I just haven't pushed for it, and I usually push towards doing things. That was like my whole first trimester. I was like that. I didn't want to get off the couch. I just wanted to sit there and watch TV or just sit there and relax. And because I was so exhausted, like I can't believe how much I've been drained from this time around. So going back to the sleeping, lately I have been sleeping through the night, and I'm very, very grateful for that, because I know later down the road I won't be able to sleep. That's just who I am. I have anxiety through the roof when it comes to anything with that I don't have control over. That I have no control over when this baby's going to be due. I have no control over you know, how this pregnancy is going or anything like that. So I just have anxiety when it comes to that. So I know later down the road I won't be able to sleep. But for like the last 3 weeks, like this week was good, but last 3 weeks though, I have not been sleeping through the night, and I'm not entirely sure what is going on with that. I don't know if it's I've had headaches. I'm not gonna lie, I've had headaches, but I'm not entirely sure if that is kind of what is making me stay up at night or wake up in the middle of the night. Sorry, my camera died. Well, no, it didn't die. It just, my memory card filled up, so I had to delete some things. Anyway, so going back to the sleeping. So I will wake up in the middle of the night. Well, I did. I woke up in the middle of the night and not be able to go back to sleep, and I don't know what is making me do that. I don't know. Like I said, I've had headaches, and I have been checking my blood pressure and it's been fine. So I don't know if it's that. I've been drinking a lot of water, so I don't really know what it is. It's probably lack of sleep and being tired. That's probably what it's from. So I am I'm the type of person that like I don't usually break out, and if I do, it's like 1 or 2 zits there or whatever here and there. But this pregnancy, I don't know if it's just because like of wearing a mask on top of it, but I will get zits here and I will get zits up here on my forehead. So like this could be from like the mask, but up here in like the corner, I have some scars there, so I don't know if you can like tell, like they're just healing. But I've had a lot more acne this time around than I did with my first son. So Metal Mouth is back and I don't miss her. And I'm just glad that I know ways to get around it, mostly pickles. So I have like 3 jars of pickles in my fridge, so when I'm done with one, I can move right on to the next, because that is the only thing that I have found that clears Metal Mouth faster than brushing your teeth. Yeah, you can brush your teeth, at least from my experience, you brush your teeth, it gets rid of the Metal Mouth for like maybe an hour, but then it comes right back. And I noticed the Metal Mouth after like dairy, and I'm a cereal girl, so I will have cereal and milk like for every meal, and I could never get tired of it. So like that is killing me. So literally after I have a bowl of cereal, or if like now it's like Halloween season and I have Reese's in my candy jar downstairs in my kitchen, so that gives me Metal Mouth afterwards. It's ridiculous. Cheese gives me Metal Mouth afterwards. So I feel like any dairy gives me Metal Mouth. So what I've been doing is that after I eat something that I know is going to give me Metal Mouth, I will eat a pickle, or even take a bite of a pickle will help anything. Also, another thing I did not miss is acid reflux. And I am the girl that loves pizza and red sauce and pasta and everything like that. And now here we are again. I had pasta last night with red sauce and I had acid reflux literally an hour later. So I had to pull out the Tums and eat some Tums, but now I'm gonna have to switch back to Alfredo sauce for a little bit. And the last symptom I have written down here is that I've been stiff, and I don't think necessarily like now, I think more at the beginning. I was pretty stiff, and I did ask my doctor about chiropractic, or a chiropractor to go see anything, and they said just like do your research and make sure that they are educated in like pregnancy when it comes to like cracking your back or anything like that. They also recommended physical therapy. I just don't know what I'm going to do yet. If it gets super bad, then I'll probably look into more options. Right now, I feel pretty good. I don't feel too stiff. I try to get up and walk around as much as I can throughout the day, even though I'm sitting and working at a desk pretty much all day. But I do try to get up, move around, and you know, take Ethan for walks and everything. So that is it for my pregnancy update. I did want to let you guys know that we are finding out the gender early again, and we do find the ultrasound. We'll find out at the ultrasound on October 8th, which is a week from today, which is next Thursday. But the interesting part, we are not finding out until our gender reveal party, which is going to be that Saturday, which is the 10th. So you guys will find out the gender not next week when we do, but the week after that. I'll probably have things edited and ready to go for that Tuesday upload, which leave your comments down below. Do you think it's a boy or do you think it's a girl based off of my symptoms? So that's gonna be really hard for me as well, because I don't like to keep secrets, and it's gonna be pretty hard to not try to ruin the surprise. What's gonna happen is that she's gonna do the ultrasound, She's gonna put everything into an envelope. She's going to seal it. Michael's gonna go put it in his safe that I don't have a key to, and it will be that until our gender reveal. For sure is going to be hard. So I guess the last thing I should show you is my baby bump. I popped a little bit sooner with this baby than I did with Ethan. I was looking back on pictures of, you know, when I was 13 weeks pregnant, and like you couldn't even like really tell. So this time around you can actually like tell that I'm pregnant, but I feel like insurance and stuff like that you still can't. But I will show you guys. And don't mind the poison ivy that is all over my stomach because my husband brings it home from work and I don't even know how it gets into our sheets and it gets all over me. So that is 14, almost 14 weeks pregnant. It's so weird, like I can still wear my normal jeans, which I'm good, but you can definitely tell, like that's where my ab line used to be, but I haven't had abs in a while because being pregnant and stuff, but there you go. So if you liked today's video, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next one.